Paltrocast. Robert, thank you for taking the time. An honor and a pleasure. How's your day going aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again?
Well, you're first up, so this is going to be the freshest one.
Score. Well, The Night They Came Home, the new movie, obviously not your first Western because you got your start in Westerns. So, how much research or prep did you have to do for this role?
Well, not a whole lot because the role is very, very well defined. I'm the guy that has the still that makes the liquor for the region that we're living in. And so if anybody wants a bottle, they come to me.
What was your gateway into this particular project? Because obviously you're a veteran actor, Danny is, Brian is, etc. But was it you knew a particular producer and they went, Robert's the guy?
Yes, absolutely. It's Patrick Durham.
Got it.
Durham, Patrick Durham.
Like the city. Well,
Yeah.
in this case, easy film for you to make, easier project in terms of the prep and the onset.
Well, the prep is pretty easy, but the conditions on the location were a little rough. I mean, we were out in the sticks and it was dusty and it was hot and yeah, it was one of those locations where you were ready for it to be over. I mean, not the work, but just the environment.
Right. Uh, had this been your first time working alongside Danny Trejo?
Yes, it is, and I wish I'd have been in a scene with him because I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, he proves the point that the meaner the character, the nicer the human being in real life. Uh,
Exactly.
but then I don't want to do the opposite on you because you generally play nice characters and you're not known to be a monster.
No, I'm not. I did actually I was a monster in one of my early movies called Blackout, and I was terrorizing the city. And there's a little old lady, and I unplugged her from her life support system. I mean, I was a little bitch.
It happens, but if I could talk about how intriguing your career is to me, I think I'm like a lot of people where Revenge of the Nerds is the first time I knew that it was you, and then started following you from there on. But you're a musician. You know, I've watched the musician related videos of you playing with your family. I know Wavelength was a movie where you got to play your own music alongside Sherry. Or is it, do you say Cherie or Sherry?
Cherie Curry.
She follows me on Twitter. She's probably going to be mad at me for saying her name wrong. But the key is, when did you realize, hey, I'm more of an actor than a musician, knowing that you still play all these years later?
Uh, well, the acting was a means to an end, and the music doesn't pay, and I needed to survive. Right now, I've been touring with a famous old folk singer called Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yes.
We've been playing around. We recently played Brooklyn. We played Santa Cruz. We played Pappy and Harriet's down in Joshua Tree. I mean, we go all over the place. He's
Yeah.
92.
Pappy and Harriet, sorry to rudely interrupt you there. I mean, that's been the site of gigs by Roger Waters and McCartney. Well, and you.
Yeah, and me. That's funny, man.
Well, were you on the Sunset Strip in terms of gigging?
Well, I played the Troubadour. I also played the Whiskey, but that's about it. One night each. Oh no, I also played the Ashgrove on Melrose.
Okay, so you were at the hot spots of the time. Is there ever a point where, hey, this guy's a hot actor, let's give him a record deal like everyone else had, including Brian Austin Green?
No, I don't lump myself into that category of actors who make music. I like to think I'm a musician. I've done a lot of studio work, and I don't want it to seem like, after my acting career got going, oh, I think I'll be a musician now. I don't know. That's not me.
You never know when Dennis Quaid and the Sharks are going to pop up at a casino near you. And I know you're playing with Rambling Jack Elliott. You're not that kind of person. You're a craft-oriented person who plays acoustic, aka somebody who can't hide behind the effects pedals and all that. So, is there anything else happening on the music front besides the Rambling Jack stuff you're doing right now?
No, that's it. Well, no, actually, I've got a really good friend of mine, Richard Gabai, and he has a band called the Czechs, and he lets me sit in with him.
Cool. So there's that. Then there's the night that they came home. Are we allowed to know what film is next from you?
Uh, yeah, sure. It's called, I have to think about this for a second. Uh, Cowboy, Cowboy Killer, a love story.
Now, is it a misleading title or is it another Western-oriented film?
It's a misleading title. Though the star of the film is a cowboy. And he's also a killer. Hence the
Are
title.
are you that killer by any chance?
No, the killer is being played by Darby Hinton. I play a detective.
Fantastic. And then,
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
so in other words, IMDb is not the end all in terms of your credits and what you have coming up.
Well, the funny thing is that they got a couple of projects that are in pre-production that I've never even heard of. So I don't know. Maybe they do that to generate financing.
And then at this point in your career, you're also really in demand when it comes to Comic Cons and those kinds of appearances. When did you start to notice that your past was a good thing in that way, and that there were all these fans who did want to meet you?
Well, I think the first time I did it, I did the Hollywood show in Burbank, and I did really well. And I thought, huh, maybe I should keep doing this. So I've been all over the country.
Yeah, it's this multifaceted career where sometimes you're on camera, sometimes you're behind the camera, sometimes you're playing, sometimes you're at the autograph show. In other words, it's not like, hey, one or two movies a year and then I sit out my ass.
No, I keep busy.
Exactly. So, are there any projects or causes that I've missed? Because I think it was wonderful what you put out into the world during the strike about residuals and how a lot of people have it wrong about actors.
Yeah, did you know that that $0, 0 cent residual check that I posted had 21 million views?
You accidentally went viral on not making money.
Yes, exactly. And I wish I could have figured out how to monetize that.
Well, you have plenty of time to figure that one out. But the bottom line is this. Thank you for the many years of great art. Hope to see you live in the near future. I didn't know about that Brooklyn gig here in New York. So looking forward to the next thing. And what's the best way for people to stay on top of the latest and greatest from Robert Carradine?
You can go to my Instagram, which is the Robert Carradine.
Got
Every
it.
now and then I post.
And then is there progeny social media accounts that we should be following as well?
Yes, Ever Carradine official. That's my daughter.
Paltrocast.